was out. I damn near fell. So, y'all know I've been going through it, right? I've been posting. Miss my mama. Miss my daddy. Miss that boy Jeff. Hey, but this some real shit. Why the fuck I keep giving a fuck about motherfuckers that ain't never gave a fuck about me? Bro, Jeff slammed me through a glass table, bro. In the living room, nigga. That was a foster parent. My daddy beat me like I was fucking Nat Turner. He's supposed to be my motherfucking paw, nigga. I get out of motherfucking CPS to go with my dad. First I get in CPS. Fuck all that. So my mama just left us outside one day. So we abandoned. We in the streets, we playing, we cheering. School bag still on. We playing curb. Y'all know what's up with that curb, you heard? But it just like the police pulled up. I never forget that shit, dog. They're like, where y'all mom at? We like, shit, we don't know. Fuck. They're like, all right, come on, come get in the car. Why the fuck we get in the car? Yeah, we 5, 4, and 3. But we still should be a little spiffier enough to know not to get in no white man police car in New Orleans. You heard me? So, what ended up happening was my mama was actually playing cards or something. You know what I'm saying? Just doing her. You know, because that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? Run the streets, smoke crack, fuck with random niggas. Got 4 churn, about 4 niggas. You know what I'm saying? And we all got her last name. Now, how you pulled that off? It just show you what type of woman she was. You know what I'm saying? Why you want to give me your last name, but you don't want to fucking take care of me? Why you want to give me your last name, but you don't want to raise me? You heard me? So I had another brother too, like Alfred, you heard me? But he wasn't out there with us because he was just little. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't go into foster care. You dig? So we go into foster care. You know what I'm saying? Home. To another home. To another home. Retarded people houses. People eating raw meat. I never forget that shit. Beating us. Whooping us. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Nah. So we meet with my mama at McDonald's with the CPS worker. Her name was Miss Suriya Spooner. I ain't seen her in forever. Try to reach out to her on the internet. Try to reach out to all the Beltons that I seen on the internet. I don't get no response. Fuck me and my mama and her churn. You heard me? So, we gonna keep the story going on. Now, I'm walking, dog, down this little side strip, and you could see that it's gonna get dark. So my face gonna be on the camera no more. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear my voice and shit, you heard me? But, so my mama meet us at McDonald's. So my mama crying. I'm sorry. I love y'all. And I promise I'm coming to get y'all back. I just need y'all to be good. What? Why you tell me that? Man, mama said if we be good, she come and get us. Leo Anthony, my name Leo Anthony Belton. Leo Anthony come from my daddy. Belton come from my mama. You know what I'm saying? I was born September 6, 1988 at Charity Hospital. You know, like everybody was, because it was free. But they had good care. Believe it or not, the people at Charity, man, they used to treat you like, it was like nuns up in there. So they used to treat you like real respectfully, you hear me? Like real good. Good care, man. Free hospital, good care. That's why they shut it down. Because why you providing good care at a free hospital? You ain't supposed to do that. This hospital supposed to be the talk of the town. How they be fucking over people. But Charity wasn't like that, dog. Charity was really like something good for New Orleans, because New Orleans was really poor. Like New Orleans, like really poverty, you hear me? So I'm being good. Because my mom said she about to come get us. So I'm being good. Leo being good? That's like Ted Bundy not killing people. It's just not, that's not realistic, you hear me? So, I'm gonna keep the story going. I'm looking out the window. My brother, he cutting up the wrong baby boy. He ain't the baby boy, but he the baby boy. With us, because the Alfred ain't with us. So this is all we really, it's like the little trio, you heard me? We know he exists, but he not with us, you heard me? So it's about to get a little dark, you heard me? But, so, I check his ass. Man, you better sit the fuck down, boy. Mama said if we be good, she come and get us. Nigga, you tripping. So then I turn 5. Then I turn 6. Now I'm in another foster home. And if it wasn't for Miss Jenny, bro, her name is Jeanette Wilson, bro. She from New Orleans. She from the West Bank, Avondale, you heard me? Pat Drive, you heard me? But, I'ma say she provided us like the most stable outlet because we could be together. A lot of people was trying to split us up. Oh, we don't want Leo, he bad. But we'll take John in the wrong. Or we'll take the wrong, but John a little older and Leo just terrible. So we don't want nothing to do with him. So, Miss Cherie Spooner, the caseworker, the OCS caseworker, she like, I'm not splitting y'all up. Sonya gonna come get y'all and y'all all need to be together. So I'm like, bet. Sound good. So, we'll keep the story going. So, me, being me, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. But now I'm acting out because I'm 7. Now I'm 8. But when I turn 9, my CPS worker, Miss Spooner, she like, I got some bad news for y'all. Oh, damn. My mama ain't come and get us. No. But all y'all daddies want y'all. Oh, man. So my daddy looking for me. You heard me? So my daddy want me, but he really don't want me. My grandma want me. But my daddy is my daddy, so he gonna get the custody. You know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna keep the fucking story going. They split us up, bro. They sent John to like Arizona or something. They sent Deron with his auntie, and they sent me to Jean Lafitte, Louisiana, to the country. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the country, bro. So this car riding. It's a white OCS car. So it's driving. And it's gone. And it's gone. And I'm like, bro, where you taking me? She like, I'm taking you to your daddy house. I'm like, where they live? Like they live in Lafitte, in the country. Man, bro. This is like a serial killer town, man. I'm talking about no type of action. You know how it is in the country. Like, it's different in the country because in the country, like, it's way laid back. Ain't no bunch of movement going on and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what's going on. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm cursing. I know my people gonna be mad and stuff. But I gotta tell a story from my point of view, how I want to tell it, with the emotion that I want to tell it with. You hear me? Because if I don't, then y'all ain't going to catch on. Y'all ain't going to pick up. You dig? Y'all ain't going to really feel a story. So, my daddy is not there. We pull on a rock road. Never forget that sound, boy, riding on that rock road. I get out. You hear me? I got my little bags with me. Bring my little bags in. This old woman, she sitting in a chair with a breathing machine on. She like, I'm your grandma. Your daddy on the water. Because my daddy was a sailor, like he was a sailor, like he was a trawler. You know what I'm saying? Like they trawl boats and they catch shrimps and all that. You know what I'm saying? Seafood, fish, all that. So I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And I start drawing these pictures. Evil. Monsters. All kind of demonic shit. And when I was young, I used to rock. Like back and forth. I rock back and forth. But what it was, my mama used to rock me to sleep because I had a rocking problem. So she'll rock me. And when she couldn't rock me, I'll rock myself. When I tell you I rock myself like that on the ground, like just rocking back and forth, laying down, rocking back and forth, bro, I would do that for hours, like 4-5 hours straight. Ask Akian, Ariane, you know, Lauren, Josh, they know. I be rocking, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And I was going to Norbert Relu Elementary before I ended up going to Jean Lafitte Elementary. So one day, I hit the rocks. I see the car. The car pull up. I go inside because I don't know what's going on. And I don't want no smoke. You hear me? But, so I go in. Sure enough. Big old dude walking the door. When I say a big old dude, I don't mean no fat dude, bro. I'm talking about 6'3", about 280, bro. Just stocky, bro. Now, he had the beer belly because he was the Budweiser king. But he came in and he seen me and he was smiling. He was happy. Then he had the big old shrimp sack. He set it down. He's like, boy, you know who I am? I was like, no, I don't know who you is. He was like, boy, I'm your daddy, boy. Come here. And when he hugged me, bro, I felt like I wanted to throw up, bro. It was just like so unfamiliar and like I hated the feeling. Like, ain't no man ever hugged me. I ain't got no paw. Ain't nobody never told me that was my dad. So I'm like, damn. I'm here now. And then they signed me up for school. And that's when all the beatings happened. So, I'm gonna keep the story going. I used to go to school and I act a goddamn fool. When I say a goddamn fool, bro, I'm talking about grabbing girls' booty, bringing gum and candy to school, put spiders in the teacher hair, Miss Dockhand, just doing crazy shit, bro. I was evil, negative, and like super, super hateful. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want like no attention. I wasn't doing it for attention. I wasn't like, I want attention, so I'm gonna do this and get in trouble so people can act like they give a fuck about me. No, that wasn't me. I ain't really care if you ain't noticed me, because Leo was gonna make you notice him. I'm talking about straight vicious. You know what I'm saying? Evil, bro. So, I know y'all probably gonna think like this next shit I'm gonna tell y'all probably gonna think I'm tripping, right? So I used to piss in these bottles, like plastic bottles. I piss in the plastic bottle, I cap it up, and I say them hoes. 9 years old. I'm pissing in the bottle and I'm saving them hoes. I got like 20 bottles, 30 bottles of piss. Like some strange, weird shit, bro. Like, of course I tortured the animals. You know what I'm saying? I had a dog named Malcolm. Mommy, me know this story. Me don't know this story, but mommy, me know Malcolm. Malcolm was a black Labrador, and Malcolm was a good dog, bro. Malcolm probably will put his life on the line for you. Malcolm knew what time I got off the school bus. Every day I got off the bus, he'll be there, chilling, ready to jump on this boy, you heard me? He was really like the only friend I had, and I tried to kill his ass. So what I did, I put a belt around his neck, and I looped it. He was just a little puppy. And I put it on a hanger, and I hung that boy in the closet, and I just closed the door. And as he was like crying, like whimpering and shit, I started feeling bad. So I went and got him. I hugged him. I told him I'm sorry. You know, like, this will never happen. You know, I'm sorry or whatever. You know, same old shit. So, after this incident, so with the bottles of piss, I know y'all probably like, why you got these bottles of piss? What I do is, I take them hoes and I'll bust them hoes on people call. First, I let them hoes rot 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And then I'll just turn them into bombs and I'll bust them on people, cars and the houses, and just do super evil shit. And something was wrong with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then my daddy just started beating me. Sometimes it'd just be like, he'll go off show, and I'd be acting a damn fool in the schoolhouse. And my grandma would tell me, when your daddy come home, I'ma tell him what you been doing. And then when my daddy come home, he will beat my motherfucking ass. When I say beat, I'm talking about my daddy beat me with everything from belts, extension cords, Nintendo 64 controllers, cable wires, not switches. Cause a switch, I'm gonna tell y'all something about a switch. Hold on, let me tell you something about a switch. Cause see, the difference between a switch and a tree branch is, a switch is kind of like a twig with no leaves on that bitch. You hear me? Like a long twig. But a tree branch is big and strong and thick. You hear me? It's gonna hold something. So he will always tell me, go get a switch, and if you don't go get the right one, I'ma go get it. And he'll always go get some grown man arm-looking tree branch, like a baseball bat type of branch or anything fat. Well, he'll have to like pull down on the tree to actually break the tree to actually whoop my ass. He broke a broom mop on my head. Nintendo 64 controller buttons all on me and stuff. Z, X, Y everywhere. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like, what I do to you, fam? Why you beating me like this? And then, after a while, it'll just be the beatings, dog. This dude would just beat me, bro. He'll just dry beat me. He'll just beat me. And beat me and beat me and beat me and beat me. And he used to beat me so much that one day when I went to school and I was in the desk and I was doing my little work, and my teacher said, you was being like excellent today. And she put her hand on my back. And when she put her hand on my back, I jumped. And she said, what's wrong? I said, my back hurt. And she said, why? And I ain't want to tell her. And she was like, come on. And we walk up the classroom, white lady. And we go to the principal's office and she say, let me see your back. And I take my shirt off. And they like, what the fuck is that? What happened to you? You got burned by an iron? I'm like, no. I got whooped. So, gonna keep the story going, dog. It's a long story, dog. One day. So when this happened, yes, they did contact my daddy, dog. The family, you know what I'm saying? The household. It was like, no more. And boom. It's kind of like, I mean, of course he didn't give a fuck, but it was just like, it probably slowed down for 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks of grace. And my daddy, one thing about my daddy, like, he only showed me that affection that one time. How he'll show affection was when he come off the boat, because my daddy smoked crack. He was a crack addict. I mean, everybody's daddy smoked crack. Fuck. In the 80s in New Orleans. Come on, man, stop. So, just one day, bro, I don't know what the hell I did. At this point, I'm not doing nothing no more to get an ass whooping. I'm just getting beat. So, sorry for the airplane, you heard me? I live by an airport. So, back to the story, dog. About to get a little dark. Should be good. So, I'll never forget this day, bro. Oh, before that, let me tell y'all this. About one time that boy surprised me with that belt. So I'm in the bathtub. You know what I'm saying? I done grabbed this white girl booty at school. She done told her daddy. And we having a parent-teacher conference meeting. Me, her daddy, her, and my daddy. Oh, man. I'm in trouble. So, what I did was, shit, I went and took me a shower when I got home. That was the worst thing I could have did, bro. So when I get out the tub, he tell me, that was too fast. Get back in the tub. So I get back in there. I'm chilling. So he come in the bathroom with the stencil cord. He like, get up. I get up. I step out the tub. I'm like 9, 10. I'm probably 10 now, though. And that nigga beat the shit out of me. It'll hurt so bad, dog. Just imagine a nigga 6'3", 280 beating your ass. And he was angry. Like, he had this super angry hatred type of thing going on. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was upset. He was mad about something. And I ain't know until probably till I was about 18. So, after he beat me, I got in my bed. He got in the bed with me, you heard me? So, we slept together, you know. We slept in the same bed. Shared the same bed. But sometimes, like, when he'll roll over, or throw his arm on me, or, get too close to me, dog, I'll freak out. I'll freak the fuck out. I'll just be like, get the fuck off me, nigga. You be trying to kill me, nigga. Fuck you. I hate you, nigga. So we're gonna keep the story going, bro. So today is the day. He beat my motherfucking ass. So he started beating my ass with the belt. He ain't satisfied. He go get the stench cord. He ain't satisfied. He go get a tree branch. He ain't satisfied. He go get the mop. He break the mop on my head. He ain't satisfied, dog. He go get another tree branch. He break that hole on me. He go get a fucking log. And as he getting this log, I'm bleeding. I'm dog, I'm naked and I'm bleeding. I probably got my drawers on. No, I ain't have shit on. And I could back that up. Because when the CPS people pulled up, they took a lot of pictures of me. I had a lot of bruises. But I'm on the floor. I'm bleeding. And the door open. The back door open. The front door open. He out the front. He about to get something to lethalize me. But the back door open, bruh. And the brightest light in the world is shining on the back door. And guess what the back door said? Run. So I hear the word run. Dog, I'm 10 years old. I don't know nothing about like God like that. Like, yeah, I was going to church, but like I never had a spiritual encounter with God. I had a spiritual encounter with an angel when I was young. You see what I'm saying? Who had came to my bedside in a sky blue robe with the gold feet. You know what I'm saying? But when he realized that I was looking at him, he ran from me. And I chased his ass. And he ran in the bathroom, I ran in the bathroom, and I turned the light on, and you know how when you turn the light on, the vent come on, and he just went through the vent. You know what I'm saying? I went to church and told the pastor I seen an angel, and foster mother, Miss Jenny, she started crying. And she said, she stood up in the church. She said, I seen the same angel last night. So I know I seen an angel before, but I never had a spiritual, I know God real, Yahuwah real, but I ain't never, I'm 10, so I don't know nothing about that. So, I'm gonna keep the story going, bro, because it's a long story, bro. I don't want to keep y'all all night. So, some say run, so I run. I run to the back door and I jump down, because the houses in New Orleans on bricks. So I get to the back door and I jump down. You know what I'm saying? So when I jump down, I crouch on the side of the house and I wait for him to go inside the house. I say, as soon as he go in this bitch, I'm bolting. Man, that boy went in there. I took off. As I'm taking off, I hear barking. It's Malcolm. He chasing me. I'm like, oh, hell nah. Because I gotta stop to get my dog. I can't let him catch my dog. So I'm running. Malcolm chasing me. And he chasing us. So my daddy, he chopping. I'm chopping though. I'm 10. Come on, bro. I'm 10. I'm tall. I'm slim. I'm young. I'm gonna outrun you. So I'm running barefooted on a rock road. And I ain't know it was gonna be that hard, bro. So I was like running. And he was like almost to me on my mama grave, on Sonya ashes. My mama named Sonya. On her ashes, dog. Like, the man almost had me. But as the rock road, like it's a gravel rock road, but it turns onto, the highway or whatever, the street. So when I turn on the street and I get on that blacktop, oh man, I'm gone. Pew. All I heard was this. And it's a true story. I wouldn't even fabricate it. My daddy said, go ahead. You gotta come back. You gotta come back. And when I ran to the white lady house and I knocked on her door, I was shaking like a leaf. And I said, please help me, please. I'm sorry, please, I need help. And she was like, oh my God. Because I was dripping in blood. I was bruised up. I was out of there, bro. If you see these pictures, I'm going to try to get these pictures from the CPS people down there in New Orleans. I don't know if they're going to give me the file or not, but I'm going to try to get it so y'all can see these pictures. Police put me in the car, drove me to my dad's house because everybody knew my dad. This his town, so he famous. And he said, Blue, what you do to this boy? He said, I whooped his ass. He said, like you did a little bit more than that. I remember him taking pictures of my body and shit like I'm fucking dead or something. But what they were trying to do, they were trying to just document all the evidence and all that. You know what I'm saying? So they brought me to my uncle. His name, Carl. They call him Uncle Carl Bailey. His wife's name is Lynette Bailey. She passed away. But that was like a mother to me. So when my auntie Lynette seen me, she lost it. She put me in the tub. She put the Epsom salt in there. You know, she said, you gotta sit in there. You gotta get in there. You gotta get in there. Cause I was in pain, dog. I was in pain. Like, I'm surprised they didn't take me to the hospital. Like, why they didn't take me to the hospital? I don't know. So what ended up happening was I stayed with my Auntie Lynette for a little bit. Maybe like a couple months, like 3 or 4 months, bro. And I was still going to the same school. And I was in the same town, but I was like on the other side of town. And I was walking down the street. And I seen my daddy car. And I took off running. And I'm running to my auntie house and he pulling up. So when he pull up, he get out, he drunk. He said, get your ass in the motherfucking car now. So, nigga, I'm not getting in the car with you, fam. You tripping. I don't know who you think you is, but I ain't about to get in there. That'll probably be the last thing I do. I'll probably cut running through these woods, get lost, ate by an alligator or something before I get in your car. But my cousin, his name was Michael Bailey, and Mike was there. He was about 18, about 17, 18. I think he was about 18. He had graduated and everything. You know, he was like, you know, we wanted to be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was older. You know, like he would play. You know, he was flyer and like he was that dude. Yeah? Man, when I ran in that house, I ran in my auntie Lynette and my uncle Carl house. You hear me? But I was at the door and Mike came outside. He was like, Blue, what's wrong with you? You tripping, bro? So they having words. This my son. This my motherfucking son. Now I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And Mike just beat him down. When I say Mike beat him down, he beat him down. When I say I was like the happiest most, it felt like I was getting my lick back or like I was getting my revenge off this dude. Like, and all he did was got up off the ground, got in his car, and took off. So from about, I stayed in my auntie house for like I said, like 3 or 4 months. I gotta kick the cigarette habit. But I be stressing, dog. So, about that 4th month, my CPS worker pull up. And it's Miss Spooner. It's Miss Cherie Spooner, dog. And I love this woman because she used to pay me extra attention and she'll take me shopping and she always would bring me to McDonald's and I'll get something to eat. And it was just like a little lightweight escape. And she'll let me like listen to Q93, which is like a hip hop rap station in New Orleans, in her car and all that. And you heard me? And it's just like I was free when I was with her. She had like a little red, little compact, like a SUV type thing, like a Kia Soul type of thing. But I don't know. I really love her. And she loved me. She loved me, bro. She like, I will mess up in these foster homes. She'll keep finding me more, finding me more, finding me more. You know, she ain't like just throw me in a group home and say F them. You hear me? Cause like that's what they do. So what happened was, for some reason, my auntie Lynette came, pulled up on me. She was like, "You can't stay here no more." And I was just like, "Why? Like, where I'm gonna go?" And then the CPS, Mrs. Spooner was like, "I gotta take you with me and place you with another family." The crazy thing was, this was like my blood people. Like, this is like my blood relatives, and like, they about to send me back to foster care, dog. And I'm like 11, 12. I'm bad, bro. I'm bad. So she took me to another foster home. This one was on the West Bank, like in Avondale. No, a place called Kennedy Heights. It's a little bit past Avondale. Kennedy Heights, it's like a hood. It's like a real hood, bro. You know what I'm saying? KAWK was the name of their park. Called KAWK. They said that stands for Kill All White Kids. But I don't know, man. But anyway, so she had a retarded son. Like, he was slow, you know what I'm saying? You know, all that. But he was aggressive, you know? So we stayed bumping heads. Like, yeah, I'm a kid, but like, this dude is like, he affected me, dog. He really affected me, dog. I had my own room though. You know, I was staying at her. I used to always be in there. So I started going to middle school. Ellender Middle School. And about this time, you know, I'm going to Ellender. And like, it's the first week of school, bro. So the first week of school, I get into it with a nigga named Desmond. Why? I don't even know. So we start slap boxing, you know what I'm saying, at PE, physical education, because y'all kind of slow. So me and dude start slap boxing. That's when, you know, me and dude punching. We really fighting. Like, we really fighting. I'm talking about, it's a crowd and everything. The principal grabbed me, and I swung on him because I didn't know he was the principal. He just grabbed me. Like, in a fight, you don't just walk up and grab nobody. So he grabbed me, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing, nigga? Get your motherfucking hand off me, nigga. And he like, get the fuck off my school campus. Get off my campus. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna come back up here and shoot this bitch up. I don't know why I said that. When I walked off and started walking to the house, I looked back, it was 2 police officers driving behind me. They pulled up to my foster parent house. They were like, do you have a gun in the residence? She was like, no. They were like, yeah, because he threatened to shoot the school up. I'm like, what? They're like, what? Nah, ain't no weapon here. You heard me? But she didn't have a weapon. See, that's the thing. I was corrupted, bro. 12 years old. You heard me? 10, 11. Just corrupted, bro. It ain't nothing to get a gun in New Orleans. That's easy. Like a nigga will give you a gun for to give you a soup or something to eat, you hear me? But, so we're gonna keep the story going. I get expelled, so I had to go to West Bank Alternative. And the alternative school is for people like kids that like get kicked out of regular school. So they put them in the alternative school. But it's a whole bunch of badass kids all together. Like we all terrible and they put us all in the same school. That makes sense. Like, stop it. And then so the crazy thing is like I really like West Bank Alternative. And then I see this nigga Desmond coming through the front door. He's at West Bank Alternative too. He got it spelled too. So we in this hoe. It ain't really no biggie. So from there, I moved to another foster home. But the crazy thing about this foster home was this woman was not a foster parent. I had a good friend at school named Michael Bridgewater. Me and Mike was like brothers. Like we was inseparable. Like at school, me and Mike was like you couldn't tell that me and Mike was not brothers, bro. Me and Mike was brothers, no matter what nobody said. Mike convinced his mama to become a foster parent so she could get me. So I'm living with them. It's good. It's good. It's food good. I got a cell phone. I'm in middle school. I got a cell phone. You heard me? Early 2000s. Ain't nobody really had no phones like that. Like I know young people. So I had the Nokia, you know, I had the snake game on there. Y'all know what's going on. So I go to school with my little phone because it's a phone and it's mine. And like a lot of people don't got no phone. So I go to school with the phone. With some type of way the phone just come up out of my pocket. Like the phone I just can't find the phone, dog. Like I don't know where the phone at, bro. Desmond got the phone. I get word, so I pull up. Nigga, where my phone at, nigga? I don't know what you talking about, nigga. I got your phone, nigga. Who is you, nigga? So, the next day, because we get into it that we have a parent-teacher conference. His mama, him, me, and Mike mama. So, we in there. I'm like, dog, why you hating on me? Why you hate on me so much? Why you stole my phone? Why you got me kicked out of school? Like, what's up with you, dude? Like, and he didn't say nothing. It just was like, he didn't even know why he didn't like me. He just didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I ended up graduating from the middle school or whatever. West Bank Alternative. And then I started going to high school for a little short period. So I started off at John Eric. John Eric was the Patriots. So a lot of people like went to John Eric. That was from Marrero. You know what I'm saying? Marrero was the main place where people came from that went to John Eric. You know what I'm saying? Because it was in the Marrero neighborhood. So I'm going to John Eric. My cousin Nettie is at John Eric with me. So I got my cousin there with me, you know. I'm fly. You know, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I just fell out of love with school, bro. Like, I started skipping. And I heard if you miss 21 days of school in a row, that they'll drop you. So I was like, bet. So they dropped me. I started going to West Jeff. You heard me? I was going to school with Roxy Diaz, who was on 106 in Park as the host. She was going to school with me. But I wasn't going to school. What I do, I go to homeroom, I check in, and then I leave. I did that shit for like 21 days, man. Them people kicked me out. And that was it. I wasn't going to school no more. So, I'm with the foster parent. I ain't with Mike mama no more. I done messed that up. So, now, I'm back with the foster parent that got the retarded son. You know what I'm saying? So I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm ruthless, bro. I steal the lady purse. I steal all our money. You know what I'm saying? I throw the purse. So now she got to get another ID and a social security card and all this and all that. I ain't kill her. On my mama, I ain't kill her. So when they moved me from that home, they moved me to another home because they say they want to put me in a home that got a mother and a father. Okay. And I only had been to one of those type of foster homes. So I had been to like 33, 43 foster homes by this time. I'm all over New Orleans, man. Staying everywhere, man. With all type of weird, strange, crazy people. I even think I stayed with like a serial killer or something one time, bro. Cause they freezer was just out of there. I still remember they phone number and everything, man. But so I'm ruthless. Nah, I'm off the porch. I'm out here. Like I'm head first. You hear me? So 14 turning to 15. 15 turning to 16. I'm in a group home now. Ain't no more foster homes. I done burnt all them bridges. I'm in the group home, and they put me in from the group home to the 2-parent household. So I meet Jeff and Christina. Jeff was like a maintenance man at an apartment building on call, but he was a preacher too. The mama was Christina. She was like, she had like an office building job somewhere downtown New Orleans. And she was so sweet, bro. Like, to me, like, I didn't want to call them mommy and daddy, like, because they wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But like, bro, they treated me good, dog. They took me to Disney World. They like put me in acting school. Like, just everything. Like, anything I said I wanted to do, they was willing to do it. I wanted to be a rapper. They got the dude from the church who played the piano, and he used to make beats, so he would come over there, he'll make the beats, and I'll rap on them hoes. I used to rap. I'm a rap fanatic, bro. For real. Like, I would really rap you out your rap career. So in the 2-parent household, it was like too good to be true, bro. Like, I wanted to fuck it up so bad just because, like, it can't be real, you know what I'm saying? So what I ended up doing was I got into it with Jeff. These people had took their garage and alternated it into a spare extra room just so I could come live with them. Put up the wall, sheetrock, and everything. I love that room because it didn't have no windows and it was pitch black. I don't know why, I just liked it that. I liked it that darkness, bro. Like, I'm outside right now. Like, I just like to just be where the dark at. You know what I'm saying? I feel comfortable there. So me and Jeff, we having words about something, and I provoke him to the point where, like, I'm trying to show him, you ain't no pastor, you ain't no, like, God-fearing man, you ain't no, like, you ain't who you say you is. So I pissed him off to the point where he grabbed me, picked me up in the air, nigga, and slammed me through a glass table. When he slammed me through this glass table, I could not believe it, bro. I was just looking like, ain't no way this man just put me through a whole glass table. I'm bleeding, everything. He looked at me and he like, oh my God, what have I done? And he started repenting. He like, God, forgive me, please, Jesus Christ. And he say, please come here. And he tried to reach out and touch me. I say, no, I told you. You're not who you say you is. You a fake preacher. You're not really who you say you is. You fake. You just like all my other false parents. You ain't nothing. Y'all beat on me. I'm going off. So I go outside. I take his phone and go outside. So I called my foster parent, my caseworker. I'm like, man, come get me. This man done slammed me through a fucking glass table, and you need to come get me right now. And so she comes to get me. And he's trying to talk to me, tell me he's sorry, to get me to get back in the car so he could bring me back to his house so we could figure everything out so everything could be good again. No. I ain't trying to hit. I ain't even got no shoes on. I'm just walking around gritting the streets. Just walking, waiting for her. So she pull up. Ask what happened. I tell her. He tell her. Boom, she take me. Back in the cycle, dog. Like, so now I'm back in the cycle, dog. I'm back in the motherfucking cycle. So now I'm back in a foster home. Fuck. Same lady I stole from. That's crazy. So then, as I'm with Jeff and Christina, I meet April Francis and Ronald Francis. So with these people, they was like Jeff and Christina best friends. So they let me, like, you know, babysit their kids and stuff. But they was young. Like, okay, so April was probably like in her 20s, but Ronald was older, so he was like in his 30s. But at the same time, like, they was like a young, vibrant couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they went to church. Yeah, they was super invested in God. You heard me? But for some reason, bro, I just felt like a super peace with them, bro. Like, they paid attention to me. They catered to my every need. They would buy me Prada shoes for school. They would, like, bro, they would go all out for me, bro. They would do my hair. I need my hair done now. But, like, and then Ronald was a barber. So I stayed fly, fresh cuts and all that. And he was player. Like, he wasn't a player man, like a player to his wife. When I say he was player, I mean like he was cool. Like I ain't never loved no man how I loved Ronald, bro. Ever in my life. And I never will, bro. Ain't no more men gonna come in my life and, like, it's gonna be like a uncle, nephew type of relationship. I used to call him Uncle Ronald. I used to call her Auntie April. But they was actually my godparents. There was my nanny and my parent. But, bro, the bond, it was crazy, bro. The love was surreal, bro. Like, I ain't never felt love until I ran into them. And I would tell them, you know, everything that happened to me. And it's like, they'll just love me more. Like, they'll love me more. And so I stayed with them for a little bit. Because what ended up happening was I went to court and the judge told me, sir, you done burned every bridge you got. We ain't got no more foster homes for you. We ain't got no more group homes for you. We done sent you way to Shreveport to a group home. You broke out of there, went to jail, and then they had to ship you back down here to New Orleans. Because they didn't want to deal with you. So they emancipated me in the court and told me I was free to go. And I said, well, I'm going to go. And they like, that ain't our problem no more. I'm 16, emancipated with nowhere to go. So my Miss April Francis, she was like, you gonna come stay with us. Ain't no way like you just gonna just be out here. You hear me? So I go stay with them. And it's bliss. Bliss, 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 bliss. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to acting school. Christina and Jeff, what they ended up doing was they put me in there for a year. And I excelled so good that Mr. Anthony Bean, his name in his community theater is Anthony Bean Community Theater. He played in a couple movies like Monster Ball, Pride, stuff like that. But he was kind of like a low-budget actor. But, I mean, shit, he had his credentials and all that. And he had his school. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget, I went in there to do my monologue. And he was like, let me hear your monologue. And I used to be in love with Toy Story. So I did a monologue from Toy Story. And he was just looking at me like, no. He said, look, I'm going to set the scene. He was like, your mother is trapped in an abandoned building. And you got to save her life. Action. Man, when that dude said that, bro, it's just like, not only did he predict the future of how my mama would actually die, but he put me in a position to see what my real actual skills would look like. And I broke down crying, but I was acting and I was trying to save her, you know. And he was like, yes, that's it right there. That's what I want. And he like, yeah, I want him. The tuition was like, it was high, bro. It was like a summer thing. It was like just for the summer, but it was expensive. So I ended up getting 7 roles, playing 7 different actors. Like, I'm the same actor, but I'm playing 7 different roles in this play as 7 different characters. You know what I'm saying? And like, I felt like I was good for that anyway, because I'm a Virgo and I could morph. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the next year he wanted me to come back, but I told him I wasn't with Jeff and Christina no more. And I don't have money to pay to come to your school. And he was like, I didn't ask you, do you got money to come to my school? I asked you, do you want to come to the school again this year? And I was like, yes, absolutely. And he was like, all right, you in. So I ended up meeting this girl named Brittany Odin. So me and Brittany, we was young. We was like 16 or whatever. So, you know, we run into each other or whatever. And the chemistry is like, it's undeniable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is. And she cared. Like, she wanted to pick my brain. She cared about everything. And so she was my girl, you know, my first actual real girlfriend. And she was the first person, like, you know, that I actually was, you know, that I had, like, you know, I had did it with or whatever. So at this time, I'm like 15, 16, you know what I'm saying? So trying to find my way and shit. So I start acting crazy. They sent me to another group home. And that's when they had sent me to Shreveport. So when I get to Shreveport, they put me in a fucking orange jumpsuit and told me that I was in a group home setting, but I had to earn my clothes back. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? So when you fuck up, they give you the green jumpsuit. So what I did was, you hear me? I played a little game with them for a little bit. But I started getting frustrated because, like, okay, I'll be in a house and it'll be like 8 other people and like dudes like me, you know, like that ain't got nowhere else to go. They done burnt all their bridges and all that. So we in there and I'm fighting these dudes, right? We shooting dice. I'm taking their money. I'm beating them up. I'm fighting all of them. Everybody. It was a dude named Keon and I beat him up. He was from New Orleans. He thought he was so tough. I beat him up. I beat the little skinny dude up. I beat the big dude up. I was just beating people up. And I wasn't on no medication. I had never been on medication or no shit like that. Like it's like everything was going unnoticed or undocumented or undiagnosed. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ain't really cared like how everything was gonna turn out for me. So me and Brittany, when I went up to the group home, you know, we separated because like I'm up here and you down here and you're free, you living your life, and I'm up here in this group home. So I break out the group home, they lock me up, boom, they ship me back to New Orleans. When I get back to New Orleans, I go stay back with April and Ronald. Everything's all right until the point where I had some weed and I had like a dime sack and I fell asleep. I woke up. The dime sack was gone. I couldn't find it. I'm flipping the blankets. I can't find it. So they had a young daughter named Arana, and she ended up finding the weed and bringing it to her mama and told her to open it so she could eat the candy because she thought it was a piece of candy inside. But it was actually some weed. So when I got in the car, she held the weed up and was like, who this for? And I'm like, it's mine. And she like, you gotta go. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I pack my shit, I go. So I go stay with her sister. Her sister's name is Courtney Monday. And Courtney was like, at this time, she was, she young. So she clubbing, she thugging, you know what I'm saying? And I never forget, it was like almost Christmas time, like 3 days before Christmas. And she had a bunch of presents for her daughter. Her daughter's name was Gracia. And I opened up, what I do, I rip a small hole in the present and I look in her to see what it was. And I tell her every present, oh, this is a cell phone, this is a Barbie house, this is a Barbie doll. And so when her mama came home, she said, oh, thank you for the Barbie doll, the Barbie house, and the cell phone. And she was like, how you know you got all that? And she told her, and she kicked me out. So I'm sleeping out there, bad apartments, the rain, everything. So I don't got nowhere to go, dog. So I did the worst thing I could have did. Like, it wasn't the worst thing that I could have did, but I did something that I thought I would never do. I went back to Jean Lafitte. I moved in with my daddy. But see, now I'm like 16, 17, So I ain't scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, I want that smoke. So he let me come stay with him, you know what I'm saying? He's smoking crack. I'm selling crack. So one day he tell me, hey, what's up? Here go 20, bro. Sell me a rock. I told him, hell nah, nigga, I'm not selling you no motherfucking crack. Nigga, you my part. He told me, well, give me one. I told him, no, hell nah, you crazy. He told me, you gonna sell me one, or you gonna give me one, or you gonna get the fuck out of my house. So I got the fuck out of his house. I left. You hear me? I went to a homeless shelter called Covenant House, New Orleans. So Covenant House, it was straight or whatever, but I was mainly downtown in New Orleans in the French quarters, stealing, getting purses, stealing phones, breaking in hotels, sleeping in the rooms, just everything. Because I done got kicked out the Covenant House for smoking purple haze on the 3rd floor with this other nigga. Now, when he got kicked out, he had somewhere to go. When I got kicked out, I ain't had nowhere to go. So the assistant pastor from the April and Ronald Church told me he'd offer me a ride to Houston. So I ended up telling him, all right, bet. So I had never been to Houston. I had never been outside of New Orleans, bro. New Orleans was the whole world to me, because when you look up in the sky in the circle, it's like it was a circle. New Orleans was a circle, and it was just the crescent city, but like it's like a circle. And so like New Orleans, the whole world. I never been to Houston, bro. I had been to Houston because Katrina hit. You know what I'm saying? And I found out that my mama died 2 weeks before Katrina hit. Now, she didn't die 2 weeks before Katrina hit. I found out she died 2 weeks before Katrina hit. She died May 1st. I never knew this on my mama until like 2 weeks ago. I never knew my mama died May 1st, 2005 until 2 weeks ago, bro. When I went to the Times-Picayune paper, I started doing research. I started trying to dig for her, find a picture of her, because I just want to see her face. You know what I'm saying? But I can't get a picture of her. It's hard, bro. Like, I've been reaching out to people who's supposed to be her sisters and brothers and, family members, cousins and stuff. They don't know me, so they don't want nothing to do with me. So they don't respond to the messages, so that's the feeling that I get. So it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I've been through a lot. So I'm on my way to Houston. He stopped. He gave me Wendy's and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no options. So I gotta go to Houston. So I go to Houston. I never forget we pulled up to the homeless shelter. Because what he was doing, he was taking me to Houston to a homeless shelter. You know what I'm saying? And guess what we pulled up to? Covenant House, Houston, Texas. So when we get to Covenant House, Houston, Texas, he dropped me off. I go in the intake process. I get into the homeless shelter. And it's this lady named Kimberly Upchurch. One thing I am good with names. So her name is Kimberly Upchurch. She been at the Covenant House, Texas homeless shelter for like, over 20 years, 20 plus years. And she just take an interest into me. She just see potential. She just like what she see. And so what ended up happening was I was in like B team, A team, B team, whatever. C team was if you had a baby, you was pregnant or you had a baby. B team was if you was an at-risk youth and you was just terrible. But they had a thing called ROP, rite of passage. And in ROP, there was like a mini mansion. You had your own room, own shower, 2 beds and a radio and everything. So Miss Upchurch was over ROP. So she told me, hey, what you think about ROP? You don't want to go to ROP? I'm like, yes. Hell yeah. ROP like the mansions. So she get me in ROP. So I'm in ROP. At this time, I meet a young lady named Summer Davis. So Summer was pretty much in a similar situation to me, but not all the way. You know what I'm saying? What she had dealt with was neglect and abuse as a youth, as a child, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, as she was coming up, the normality of abuse and stuff like that, I mean, we from the hood, like we see this. Let's not act like we don't see like abuse in a black neighborhoods. Like, let's act like we don't see domestic violence. We see domestic violence, bro. We do. So me and Summer, how we met was so strange because like when I seen her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get her. And one of the dudes told her that I said that. And so when she pull up on, I'm on a block, I'm selling weed. So when she walking in my direction, I'm like, okay, boom, I'm about to shoot. Man, when this girl pull up, she said, look, bitch ass nigga, keep my motherfucking name out your motherfucking mouth. You don't know me. And she just went off on me. I'm like, damn. So I go off on her ass. Like, nigga, get your bitch ass out of my face. Who the fuck you think you is? I'm just going off. So we argue. She go her way, I go my way. The next day, I'm on the same corner. This my corner. I done earned my stripes around this bitch to get this corner. So I'm hustling. So she pull up. She walking in my direction. I say, if this bitch pull up with that dumb shit, I swear, I'm finna spaz. Sure enough, she pull up and she get real cute and nice and humble when she pull up on me. And she like, you got some weed? And I'm selling weed. So somebody must have told her that I'm selling weed. So she about to scope from me. So I'm like, fuck no, I ain't got no motherfucking weed. Get the fuck out of my face. So she going off again. So next thing you know, we just bust into a big laugh. And I give her a dime sack and I tell her, here, this is to stay the fuck away from me. Long story short. She thought it was funny and she walked off. And then, I don't know, we just started liking each other. And we had got cool, we had got close. And it was this light-skinned nigga that was like really trying to get at her, but like, he was like a cluck. He was a clown. He was doing LeBoy Duck shit. So one day she came downstairs. He threw a football at her window. She came downstairs and she grabbed my hand and walked off and started talking shit to the nigga. But she was walking, grabbing my hand, walking with me. And so niggas was like, okay, so she chose up. Boom. So now she my girl or whatever like that. So I tell her, now, you ain't my girl. I tell you what, if you my girl, meet me at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. She said, I ain't no early bird. I ain't about to be out here no goddamn 5 o'clock. I said, well, shit, you ain't my girl. I walked upstairs, went in ROP, fell asleep, got up at about 4:30, came downstairs, about 4:50, came outside. Guess who was out there? Yep, she was out there. Boom, so we started talking. That's when we made it official, you know what I'm saying? And what ended up happening was I ended up choking a nigga out in front of the Covenant House, and they kicked me out. And so Summer would like try to come see me because I was on the north side, and sometimes she would come back to the shelter late So they'll document it, or like they'll tell her like, look, next time you come back late, you don't get in trouble or whatever, we're gonna kick you out. And so I purposely held her late one night just so she could get kicked out, so she could come moving with me. She don't know this, so she about to see this, so she gonna be like that. So boom, she come stay with me. I'm staying with me and her and a nigga named Aaron. So the nigga named Aaron, like, he getting money from us for the rent, but he not paying the rent. So one day we come to the apartment, it's an eviction notice on the door. So the nigga like, bro, what the fuck? A nigga giving you money to pay the rent and you not paying it. So now we gotta go. So boom, what we do is when he go to work, man, we call a cab. I steal a table, some other shit, and boom, we load it up and we move to her apartment. Me and her in an apartment. Bare flows. Ain't nothing in there but this one table. You dig? So like, but it's a spot. It's a spot, and we paying for it, and it's ours. So it don't matter if it ain't shit in here. It's my shit. So then, like, the abuse started early. I started abusing her. I ain't gonna lie. I started physically, mentally, psychologically, and emotionally abusing this girl. I started like using her. Like, I wasn't using her like for her money or nothing, but like I just like be manipulating the shit out of her, and like we'll get into it and I'll beat her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll hit her. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit her or whatever. And I had never hit a girl before. Never. And then like some girls that was with me before and after summer, I'll tell you that like, on my mama, he not that type of dude. He gonna move around. If it gets to some drama, he gonna move around. It just like, I don't know. Then I kind of felt like a little bit of control, or like some type of sense of pride of like, I'm finally like in control of somebody instead of everybody being in fucking control of me. You see what I'm saying? And it was just sad, bro. I mean, the love was there. Like me and Summer was inseparable. Like, even when she was pregnant, she was always trying to follow me. I remember one time it was a hurricane hit Houston. I think it was Hurricane Ike or Harvey or some shit. I don't know. But she was trying to, run the streets with me. And I'm like, no, you pregnant. You need to go back home. And she would just bust out crying. Because she always we was inseparable, bro. And like, I would beat her. She was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, why? At least don't beat her while she's pregnant, though. Like, so she ended up getting pregnant. Boom. And then I'm still abusing her. And like, I feel like shit. Like, I know, like, what I'm doing is wrong. But I'm doing it. And so, like, one day, I had went up to her job. No, I had my daughter was born, you know what I'm saying, November 1st, 2008, 3:55 p.m., 6 pounds, 3 ounces. I was there when she was born. I cut the cord because when I cut it, I accidentally cut half of it because I was so nervous, and then I ended up cutting the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? And then when they took her to the back of the hospital, I went back there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, y'all got my baby back here. Like, what are y'all doing with her? Like, they wiping her off. They cleaning her up. They taking her measurements and seeing how long she is, weighing her and all that. That's what they do with your baby when they take them when they born and they just take them. What they doing is they going to, like, document shit, like they date of birth, weight, stuff like that. But I was there hands-on to see all that. I couldn't let that baby out of my sight because I just couldn't. Like, this was my child. Like, I had finally created something. I wasn't shit. I didn't have no money. I didn't have no car. I was struggling. I was in an apartment. I was 19, and like, I was fending for myself. We was fending for ourselves. Like, it was just crazy, bro. And like, my daughter, when she was born, it just was like, dang, I finally made something that's gonna finally be, like, I'm worth, I ain't worth shit, but I created something that could be worth something. You see what I'm saying? So then, hold on. So then we ran into a dilemma because we didn't have no car. And if you ain't got a car seat, you can't leave the hospital unless that baby is in a car seat, strapped up. They gonna come outside to make sure that you strap the baby in that car seat and boom, that y'all can go. And she had a cousin named Kamari. And Kamari was dirty. I think Kamari wanted my motherfucking daughter because she couldn't have no motherfucking kids. She had 2 sons, and then I don't think she could have had kids no more. But she wanted a girl. So she wanted my daughter. I really believe that. So she'll buy everything. Me and Summer would still get into it. We'll still fight. It was still physical, mental, psychological, and shit like that. So what ended up happening was, so I got my daughter with me. I'm raising her or whatever like that. Like, it's cool or whatever. Now I got another daughter. Look at the phone. Say, hey. Hey. So now I'm blessed to have another chance to raise the child that I didn't get to raise at first. So what ended up happening was we broke up. You know what I'm saying? I went up to her job and we started an argument about $5. And I was upset that she had took the $5 and went to work with it. But she said that she needed the $5 to buy lunch. This how bad we was doing. And like, I didn't care about that. I wanted the $5 so I could go get me a Nick sack so I could go get high. You see what I'm saying? So my priorities wasn't even in the right spot. So I go up there, I ride the bike like 4 miles up there to her job. And I leave my 3-4-month-old baby at home to go ride all the way up here to this girl's job, to get into it with her, to push her on the ground in front of her manager, and her manager fire her. So she come home and she like, what the fuck you got going on? You done got me fired, this and this and this and that. I'm leaving, I'm done, I'm gone, it's over. So I'm like, bye. So when she leave, I pack up all her clothes and sit them on her front porch. It's raining out there. So it's raining on her clothes. So I put the bag out there because it was raining. So I did it on purpose. And like an hour passed and I opened the door and the bag was gone. So it just was confusing. But what ended up happening was my neighbor ended up taking her clothes to her. I didn't like that because I thought my neighbor was like messing with her or something. Like, I don't know what they had going on. Like that I don't know. But I just didn't like how they had went down. So she leaving me in an apartment. I don't have a job. I have the baby. She's running out of formula. I don't have no food. I don't got no money. So what I ended up doing was I ended up calling Covenant House, Texas, the homeless shelter, talking to Miss Suriya Spooner and told her, like, this is the situation. I need help. And she's like, come on. So she tell me to come to Covenant House. I go through the intake process with my daughter. And if you have a child, they put you on C team. But what they ended up doing with me was they put me back in ROP because it had 2 beds in her, and it was like a small apartment, so I could have a bed for my baby, and I could have a bed for me. So I had her for a couple of days, and her mama was scared of me, petrified. So she was like, I want to see her, but I don't trust you. So I'm like, all right, bet. So what I ended up doing was I sent her with Kamari so Summer could see her. Then I ended up making the worst decision of my motherfucking life. And I let Kamari take my daughter because she's more stable, got a house, got a car, got a job, and she's going to like be able to do more for her than I could do. But I'm looking at this cycle of me going into fucking foster care. My mama not giving a fuck about me, and now I'm not giving a fuck about my daughter. And now she's about to be going into a different type of situation like I was. So now the cycle, it's like a chain. It gotta be broke. So what ended up happening is Kamari convinced me to sign a paper that says that she needs this paper signed in case my daughter gets sick. She need to bring her to the hospital, or she need to put her in the daycare. She needs some type of like paper that says that she's like a temporary guardian, or maybe like in charge of the baby or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I cried like a baby when I put my baby in that car. I cried like a baby. My baby wasn't crying. She was just looking at me like, Daddy, it's gonna be all right. She ain't nothing but a couple months old. Come on.
Help me.
She ain't nothing but a couple months old at this time, though. So what ended up happening was, I just cried like a baby, but I wanted her mama to feel safe seeing her. So I let her go her cousin, because this your cousin, so you going to be faithful with your cousin, seeing your cousin with the baby. So I let my daughter go with her. She convinced me to sign this paper. But this wasn't no legal paper, so we went to the notary place, got the paper notarized, and that was supposed to make it legal or something. So what ended up happening was I had changed my mind. I'm like, no, I want my baby back. So I go to her house. I pick my baby up. I hold her, because she think I'm coming to just visit her and leave like I usually do. I go over there every day and see my daughter. I love my baby. So what she ended up doing was, I grabbed my daughter, I hold her. She slipped into the back room and I just left. Man, I'm walking down the street, man, and police is like, stop. You was kidnapping a child. I'm like, no, this is my baby. So it's a whole little ordeal, and Kamari come down there. She got this paper. Look, he done signed his rights over to me. Nigga, you crazy. I ain't signing nothing over to you. You done lost your mind. So she tell the people I done signed my rights over to her. Anyway, they take my daughter from me and give my daughter to her. I'm pissed. I'm hot. I'm ready to kill, steal, and destroy. So about a month later, I see somebody looking for me, and they got a piece of mail in their hand. So I'm like, man, what this is? So they say, man, this dude over here looking for you, bro. They trying to give you this paper. Well, I heard that they gotta like actually put the paper in your hand to say like, hey, you been subpoenaed for court or whatever. So I knew that, and I just kept avoiding the motherfuckers, because I was like, no, nah, y'all got me fucked up. But what ended up happening, but they never put the paper in my hand. They summoned me to court. So I went to court, and the judge was like, do you have a job? Yeah, I got a job. Do you have a stable place to live? I'm in the homeless shelter right now, but other people are in the homeless shelter with their kids. And the judge was really like rocking with me. So the judge was like, well, I don't see a problem with you getting a child back, but before you do, you need to take a drug test. And that's when it went all downhill. I tested positive for cocaine and marijuana. Now, I had like did a little cocaine or whatever, but I wasn't no addict. It was more like a spontaneous type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they took the hair follicles, so it wasn't like a drug test, like a piss test. The hair follicles could go back like anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. So it wasn't like I had recently did this shit. I had been did this shit, and they had found it. They had detected it. So they told me no, I couldn't get my daughter back. And man, someone was at each other's neck. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And that hate was genuine, because she did hate me. And I hated myself at that time, actually. And so what ended up happening was I just didn't give a fuck no more. Like, that was like the last straw. Like I'm done. And so I get kicked out of Covenant House because they had started telling me something about God, and I was like, God don't give a fuck about me, because like if he did, I wouldn't be in half the shit I done went through. And they're like, oh, you can't talk bad about God and be at Covenant House. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. And they kicked me out. So now I'm in the streets. I'm everywhere, bro. I'm on the north side of Houston. I'm on the south side of Houston. I'm everywhere. I'm all over this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And so what ended up happening was, I'm a street baby. I'm on the streets. I'm living on the street. I'm sleeping on the street. Like, I'm out here, bro. And that was hard for me. I'm sleeping in abandoned buildings, black cats in that motherfucker and shit. Like, I feel evil. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. That was it. I don't care. I don't care no more. I don't care no more. Fuck y'all. Fuck the world. Fuck myself. Fuck my life. And so it was just like, I don't care how it turned out. It don't even matter no more. So, I had robbed a cab driver. And I was messing with another girl. So, I had took this girl with me, and we had went to Walmart, and we had walked to Walmart, and it was a long walk. I'm talking about we walked about an hour and a half to Walmart, and we wasn't walking back another hour and a half. So we called a cab. So when the cab pulled up, I tell her the whole thing. I'm like, look, get in the cab. We're gonna ride together. When the cab pull up, I'm gonna go to the passenger side of the door. I'm gonna tell him, do you got change for 100? He gonna say, yeah. And any money he pull out, I'm snatching and I'm gone. So you need to be already gone. She's like, I'm a track star. I'm fast. I ran track at Wordy. All this crazy stuff. So I'm like, all right. No, I don't say nothing. I just like, I told you what it was, and now you telling me this, so it is what it is at this point. So what ended up happening was, like, and this was so crazy. We get in the cab, we ride. It's an African dude, you know. We get to Southwest, Braves Court Apartments, Braeswood and Gessner, whatever, by the Fiesta. So what ended up happening was, I get out the car, I walk to the driver's side of the door. I tell the cab driver, do you got time for 100? He say, yeah. This dude pull out a knot like this big. And I got some big fingers. Like, big as almost half my face. So he peeling, trying to get chain for 100. I look at her, and she's just standing there. I'm like, and I flicker like this. So I'm trying to give it a signal, go. She's just standing there. So I look left, I look right, I dig in my pocket like I'm digging for the 100, and I snatched the money and ran. And when I ran, she was running too. And then when I went left, she went left with me. When I went right, she went right with me, but she was holding my shirt because that's how fast I was running. Then I went left, right through the gate, and I lost her. I left her. And I heard her scream, ah! And he had her. The dude had her. The cab driver had her. I'm like, oh, shit, if I go back, I'm going to jail. But if I leave, I'm leaving the girl with the dude. And I leave. I run. I got the bread, shit, I'm gone. So, I'm smoking, I'm hiding out, and my phone rang. It's her cousin. And her cousin tell me, where you at? I'm like, shit, why? Where you at? Who you? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm thinking they about to set me up, and the police about to get me. And I'm not going for that. So, what ended up happening was, I don't know, I keep saying that, but what ended up happening was, I was paranoid, and I waited about 5 more hours. Then I went back to the apartment, and they told me everything that happened. He got her, and one of the dudes in the apartment ran downstairs, punched the dude. He let her go. She ran upstairs inside the apartment to change her clothes, and when she came out, the police was there, and they apprehended her. So I go back to the apartment. So she have a daughter, and she got a daughter, and her daughter asked me where my mama at, and I'm like, your mama in school, because she always used to tell me, if I ever go to jail, tell her I'm in school. She know what that means. I was like, your mama in school. She said, oh, my mama in jail. I'm like, how you know that? She like, because every time my mama go to school, she in jail. So I'm like, damn. So I tell her, look, don't worry about nothing. I'm going to take good care of you, you know what I'm saying? Till your mama get back. And then about the next night, her mama called me. What you doing? Why you leave me? Why you let him grab me? Ooh, I'm in jail. It's finna be Thanksgiving. I better be home by Thanksgiving. You better take that money and buy me out. You got me fucked up. So she just losing it. Like I left her. I did. I was dirty for that. So she ended up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And Thanksgiving came and went. I had a ball too. And I ain't buying out. I wasn't finna spend all that money on no bond. So and her cousin didn't want to get out because her cousin said, I'm not about to bond her out, and she jumped bond on my name. So I was just like, shit, well, I'm gonna keep the money. And I had a ball, man. And about 2 days after Thanksgiving, I go check the mailbox, and it's the flyer from a lawyer, and he said I got a warrant out for my arrest for a simple robbery. I'm like, what? Like, ain't no motherfucking way. So I go, I didn't turn myself in or nothing like that. What ended up happening was these hoes was doing the sweep in the neighborhood. They came to the apartment. They walked in on me. I got so far gone on by Drake. I'm listening to the whole mixtape, and I'm high, and I'm just laying there. So I ain't even see him come in the room, man. This dude touching me. I turn around. He like, are you Leo Belton? I'm like, no. He like, let me see your ID. I don't got no ID. Boom. So he say, turn over in your stomach. I turned over on my stomach. He cuffed me. He dig in my pockets. He found my ID. Man, I thought you wasn't Leo Belton. He take me to jail. Boom. I go to jail. And this is the crazy twist of events that happened. I went to jail, and they put me in a lineup. You know what I'm saying? About 5, 6 people. And we all had to go in there one at a time and say, give me the money and all this and that. But I had never said, give me the money. It was never no stick-up robbery or nothing like that. I ain't never said, man, give me your money. Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. So what ended up happening was I get in the lineup. He said, if you ain't got nothing to hide or you ain't doing, you ain't gonna jump in this lineup. Man. I get in the lineup, but I noticed it's a dude that got the exact same thing on as me. I got on a red shirt, black pants, and some red and black Air Force Ones. He got on a red shirt, black pants, and some red and black Jordans. So we get close to each other. My phone dying, so I'm either gonna have to go get on the charger or I'm gonna have to wrap it up. So what ended up happening was we was next to each other. So I went in, and he was like, act like you got a gun and say, give me the money. I act like I had a gun. I said, I don't act like I got a gun. I'm like, give me the money. He like, no, say it like with some aggression. Like, give me the money. He like, all right, man. Next dude, and the next dude was the dude with the red shirt, black pants with the Jordan. So he walk in. He tell him, all right, man, act like you got a gun and say, give me the money. He said, give me the money. He started acting hard. We laughing. And guess what? He get picked out of the lineup. And it saved me, because what ended up happening was, if he would have picked me out, then that's pure, a case. But he didn't pick me out, so they didn't really have nothing. So my lawyer had came to me and was like, they don't got nothing, man. I'm gonna beat this case. I'm gonna need you to sit about 6 more months. I'm like, hell nah. What's the offer? He like, man, they don't got no evidence. You say you ain't do it. Woo, 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 woo. He like, even if you did do it, they can't prove it. They have zero evidence. I'm like, man, what is the offer? You tripping. He couldn't believe it. He went out there, got me 6 months, and I had to do 3 months in the county, but I had already been in the county for like 3 months. So I had got time served. So I walk out. The jail. I ain't got nothing. I don't have anything. So I go back to the apartment where I was staying at with her cousin. They done move. Apartment closed. Where my clothes at? I try to break in at her. The neighbors tell me they don't live there no more. I'm like, yeah, but I gotta get my clothes out of here. They say, ain't nothing in there. They threw everything away. I'm like, what? So they done threw all my shit away. So all I got is the clothes on my back. I don't have no money. I don't have no source of nothing. All I have is the clothes on my back. I'm walking. So I'm back by Covenant House, the homeless shelter. I know they ain't gonna let me in. I don't talk bad about God, so in their eyes I did, so they're not about to let me in. So I'm walking. I feel bad. I look bad. And I'm just thinking about America, bro. And I see my dog, Ace Boogie. So I ran into a dude named Asa McDaniel. I had already knew him from the homeless shelter because he stayed there too. But he had stopped staying there. But he kept coming around. And every time he came around, it's like he kept coming up. You know, like he ain't had no car. The next thing you know, you pull up car, jewelry, clothes, money. Yeah, like everything a nigga want. You know what I'm saying? So he like, bitch, what's up? What's up? Yeah, he from Savannah, Georgia. So he got a whole another little style or whatever. But it's like opposites attract and we just rocking with each other. I'm like, dog, I just got to jail. I don't got nothing. I don't got nowhere to stay. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no clothes. He said, man, come with me. And this one, my life it just goes nuts. So I go to the apartment with him. He was staying at a hotel called the Tweedies Inn over there by Herm Clark. So when I ended up going there, I walk in the door. I never forget, and it was Air Force Ones, which in New Orleans we call G Nikes or G Weedies, stacked up to the ceiling of the hotel. I'm talking about, nigga, clothes everywhere, brand new, tags on them. He said, look, you put on whatever you want, put on whatever shoes you want, chill, take your shower, eat. But when I come back and knock on that door, I'm gonna need you to open that door. And I said, all right, I got you. So he leave. I get on the phone. There's a phone in the hotel. I call a girl named Kenshay Saxton. And we had like a on and off relationship over the phone, pretty much. So I'm in the hotel room, I'm talking to her, and I done got so wrapped up in the conversation that I ain't even hear no knock at the door. So I hear another knock at the door, and I'm thinking it's the first knock. So I hear another, and I'm like, hold on. I'm opening the door. And when I open the door, boom, they rush me. It's Ace, a dude named Smoke, and another dude, I don't know his name, but we just gonna call him the getaway driver. So the getaway driver, Smoke, and Ace come in the room. Nigga, what you doing? Nigga, I told you be ready to have the door open, man. You know I got shit going on. I'm like, damn, my bad, bro. I was on the phone and this and that. And as I'm talking, nigga, a bag open and some bands come out. Like 20, 30 bands came out, bro. And this like 09, bro. And 20, 30 bands in 09, like, nigga having some cheese here, man. And I just get quiet, bro. I sit on this bed, and they sit on that bed, and they bust the money down. Count it, bust it down, 100 by 100. And I'm smoking weed. And Smoke say, man, send me some of that weed. I said, boy, I just got out. Boy, I'm smoking this weed. He said, man, you give me that, man, I'll give you 100. I said, bet. Because it was some Reggie. But it wasn't nothing but a little half. So I'm like, I'm going to give you the little half and just take the 100 and just go get something. Yeah, man, so he give me the 100, and then they stay for a little bit, they talk, and then they leave, but Ace stay. And I'm like, I say, Ace, what the fuck you doing? He say, oh, I forgot to tell you, son. I be hitting licks. And that was it. I was in. We hit the smoke shop. We hit the Subway. We hit the One Stop. It became fucking, I was evil, and we was robbing, and I was robbing everything, and we stealing everything. And I never forget, we went to the One Stop, and it was 9:55, and they closed at 10. And we told the man, all we trying to do is get 2 bills and leave. And the man said, we closed. We like, it's 9:55. He like, we closed. Chinese man, Asian man, whatever, Vietnamese. So he's a gook. But anyway, So we go get in the car. I tell him, look, Ace, come on, hurry up, bitch. Let's go to another store real quick before they close. He said, no, we getting some beer out this store tonight, right now. I'm like, oh, man, come on, son. You tripping, son. He like, no, nigga got me fucked up. Nigga gonna respect this shit. Nigga gonna respect this BST shit. And BST stood for blood, sweat, and tears. And Ace had it BST tatted on his chest. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got BST tatted on my arm right here. And we just was BSTing it up. Like, and we was gonna put in whatever it was gonna take to get out and get this money, no matter what. So we wanted to do a big lick and just quit. So Ace had cased out the Amagi Bank over there close by the Galleria. So he cased it out, said they ain't had no security. So you say, we're gonna go case it again, and if it look good, we're gonna hit it, but if it don't, we're gonna come back, you know, chill, and we'll hit it another day. So I'm thinking we not gonna hit it. So I go to the gas station, get a 6-pack of OE, come upstairs. It's cans of OE, not bottles. So we in the room, me, him, and another nigga, Jadon, the getaway driver. He's a different getaway driver. Cause the other nigga, he wasn't going on under the licks. All he wanted to do is drive there and back. But he wouldn't come in and do no dirty work, but he wanted half the money. So we told each other pretty much, ain't no getting no half or a quarter of the bread and you ain't coming in. So we switched getaway drivers. Jadon said he'll drive us to the bank for $100 and away from the bank for $100. Just $100. He'll do the whole mission for $100. Bet. So he meet us at the hotel at the Tweeties. He come upstairs, you know, I crack a OE with him. We drinking. Ace is in the bathroom. I don't know what the fuck he doing in there. But he been in there for a minute. So when he come out, he like, bro, y'all drinking and we finna hit a lake. Y'all tripping. Y'all gotta be focused. We he going out. I'm like, whatever. Nigga, I be hitting lakes high, drunk, and some more shit. So we go to the bank. We walk in. I got a yellow hoodie on, a yellow black and black hat, some black pants, and some yellow and black Vans. I got on yellow and black all the way to the floor. I can't remember what Ace had on, but he had a check from Amagi Bank. This check was like 3 years old, so it wasn't even cashable. But it said Amagi on there. So he walk up to the thing and he tell her, hey, I want to cash my check. And she say, cause I'm not thinking we about to hit this shit. I'm still like thinking like this not real. You know, I got the gun on me, but I'm not thinking that, cause you said we might not hit it. So might mean no to me. Cause my mama said she might buy me some Jordans, she never bought them hoes. So what ended up happening was Ace said the girl was turning away to go get the manager. All right, let me go get the manager. And he said, oh, do me another favor while you go and get the manager. And she turned back and was like, what's that? And he leaped over the counter and was like, give me all the motherfucking money. And when he did that, I was like, you ain't give me no heads up or nothing, bro. I ain't tell him that, but I'm thinking in my head, you ain't give me no heads up or nothing. You just gonna ride. You just take off like that. And then I run in the other room. It's a girl in there. I tell her, get under the desk, count to 500 and walk out. I snatch the phone out the wall. I snatch her purse. I snatch her phone. My baby mama had a fake Gucci school bag. This lady had a real Gucci purse. So I said, I'm going to take her purse and I'm going to give it to my baby mama. Crazy, dumb shit. So we take $200,000 out the bank and a purse and a phone. So we get in the car. I threw the phone, but I kept the purse because I just kept saying, like, I'm going to give her this purse because I confronted her about the fake bag, and she was like, no, it's real. I'm like, no, it's not. And ain't no Gucci man in China. So I had got her this. I was like, I'm going to give her this bag because we was back on speaking terms at this time, trying to figure something out. But I had got in the car and I had prayed. we always would pray before we hit a lick. And Ace would pray, God, we sorry we doing this, and this gonna be the last lick, and just keep us protected. Don't let us die. You know what I'm saying? And when I say, hey, man, my phone rung. And I look down, and it says Summer. And I answered it. I'm like, what's up? She like, you remember that thing you told me you was going to do today? I said, yeah. She said, don't do it. Don't do it. I have a bad feeling. Do not do it. I'm like, man, look, you tripping. When I'm done with this shit, I'm going to call you. And, but I'm doing it. She said, all right. And so we robbed the bank, and as we coming out, Ace run. He take off. But I got all the money in the purse and the phone and shit. So I'm struggling with the bag because it's $200,000 in here, but it ain't all hundreds. It's ones, fives, 10, 50, whatever, quarters, everything. But it's 200 bands in here because that's what the indictment said. So, but we don't know that. We just done hit a lick. And so we come out the bank, he run. And then he opened up my door, and he like, come on. But I'm moving so slow, I'm struggling with this fat-ass bag. And this dude that work at the bank, he like, I guess he gonna go into his shift because he pull up and he get out the car and he look at me and he lift his glasses up and he say, man, they robbing our bank. I'm like, oh, damn. So that gave me some like adrenaline to start moving a little bit more faster. So then, boom, I jump in the car, boom. We jump on the highway. I changed my clothes in the car. He changed his clothes in the car. Jadon, like, how much money y'all got? And Ace looked back at me and say, and I say, I don't know. So he said, man, that $100 gonna change my life. I'm finna go do this. I'm finna go do that. I'm like, what the fuck? $100 gonna change your life. Then, so we driving, we on the freeway. And we had a plan. So he pulled up to the Tweeties. We switched cars to a cab, a yellow cab. Because we thinking, we know a nigga that got a yellow cab. And if we jump in this cab, it's going to be inconspicuous. Ain't nobody going to think that we in a cab getting away from a bank robbery. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. So now we leaving from the goddamn bank, and we switch cars, and the cab driver pull up, we jump in, he said, man, I told y'all I had y'all, man, this and that, and we driving, but we steady seeing police, helicopters, like, what the fuck is going on? We done switch clothes, cars, and everything. What's going on? Like, why? What's up? Ace just came up with a plan. Check that money. It's a tracker on that money. Man, we got the busting through the bands, trying to find the tracker. We ain't find it. So I'm gonna keep it real and tell y'all some real G shit that I ain't never told nobody. When we was busting through the bands, right, I had got to the point where I thought Ace was just like on some paranoid shit. So I'm thinking he paranoid, so he want me to look for a tracker, but it really ain't no tracker to look for. You see what I'm saying? So I stopped looking for it. Actually, I just stopped looking for the tracker. I stopped busting the bands. I stopped looking for it. That was the worst mistake I ever fucking made. So the cab driver don't want us in his cab no more because we hot. He like, man, y'all hot. Y'all got to get out. So we like, get out and go where? He like, I don't know, but y'all got to get out the cab. So he drop us off at a fucking blood bank, nigga, where they give blood and shit at. We go in, sign the paper, and sit down, act like we finna give some fucking blood. In the parking lot, it's a chaotic scene. They busting windows, snatching people out their cars, throwing people on the wall, hands behind your back, police brutality going on out there, they looking for us. So we see the chaotic scene in the parking lot. We go in the bathroom. I'm panicking. Oh, we going to jail. Damn, this it. My life, oh. Ace like, no, it's always a way out. It's always a way out. You tripping. It's always a way out. So he get on top of the toilet and push up against the ceiling. And when you push up against the ceiling, the things be moving. You know what I'm saying? He like, we're going to climb in this roof and we're going to climb through this bitch and we're going to get up out this hole. So I'm like, all right, bet. So when he tried to push the roof in and get in, to climb in, he fell out the other side. So It was like the roof wasn't stable. We couldn't get in there and crawl because if we crawl, we're just gonna come out. So we went and sat back down in the lobby. The police came in. They got the tracker scanner. We stashed the bag on side the soda machine. You know what I'm saying? AKA cold drink machine. And what ended up happening was they walked right up to the bag, burnt the scanner at that hoe, and the scanner started going crazy. They're like, this the money right here. We got the money. And boom, they told everybody to get on the wall. The man put his hand on my chest and said, why your heart beating so fast? I said, because you got these motherfucking dogs in here barking. I don't know why y'all messing with me. Because they had a bunch of dogs in there, too. Detective, FBI, everything, bro. This is a bank robbery, bro. $200,000. Like, they not about to just let this walk. I heard the gunshot. But anyway, so they take me to the car. It's a fat black dude in there. He's a police officer. I get in his car. I said, man, why y'all doing me like this, man? I ain't doing that, man. He said, man, we doing everybody like this, man. I'm going to run your name through this computer. If your name do not pop up with a warrant, I'm going to let you out. I said, all right. He ran my name through the computer, wasn't no warrant. The man got out the car, opened the back seat, took me out, took his handcuff key out, stuck it in the handcuff, and say, hey, I ran his name. He good. Y'all want to let him go? They said, fuck it, let him go. A FBI agent started running to the car saying, no, that's the suspect. That's the suspect. Oh, man. They put me in the car. It's over. I'm going downtown for a ride now. Hold on, man. We need a charger for this phone real quick. Sorry, dog. My daughter watching cartoons and her. But anyway, so what ended up happening was we go downtown and Ace and me get booked in. And as we get booked in, they got the TVs on in there. And we on every motherfucking TV. Everyone. But I can't find it on the internet though. I don't know why. But so that's almost 2 hours long. So what ended up happening was they booked us in. You know, they took all our clothes, took the shoes. I had brand new Air Force One, black Air Force One GD Weedies on. So they took my G's, took my clothes, they put us in an orange jumpsuit, and they ran us to court for a bond hearing. So when we go to the court for the bond hearing, the man set my bond. I robbed the bank, brother. The man set my bond at $10,000. That means I needed $1,000 to get out of jail. It was a 10%. You know how it go. I ain't have $1,000, dog. My baby mama ain't have $1,000. Somebody ain't have $1,000 because if she had $1,000, she would have got me out and I would have probably went back on the spree. But what ended up happening was I go upstairs, you know, to my cell. I walk in and everybody looking at me. I put my mat on the ground. I put my low rider on her. Put my sheet on her. I look back, everybody standing at me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? They're like, dawg, you been on TV all day long. I'm like, damn. And that's when it just hit me, bro. Like, this over. Breakfast came, I didn't eat. Lunch came, I didn't eat. Dinner came, I didn't eat. Breakfast came, I didn't eat. Lunch came, I didn't eat. But I ate dinner because I was like, I gotta start like putting something on my stomach, bro. And then they told me I had a visit. I got a visit? So I get spiffy. I go out there. It's summer. And she's just going off. I told you. You shouldn't have did it. No, I told you. You don't listen. And I'm at a loss for words because it's like, dog, what can I say? You was right. Like, what can I say, bro? I'm like, man, look, I'm going to court tomorrow. They're going to tell me, how this everything going to plan out. And hopefully you'll come back up here and see me and I'll let you know what's going on. Shit, like, all right, boom. I go to court. I run into my court-appointed lawyer. His name is Joseph Umby. I never forget that name. Joseph Umby. Better hope I don't run into you. But anyway, he tell me, look, you don't really got no bad criminal past. I'm about to try to get you 10 years probation. Sign this paper. I signed the paper. And I'm thinking 10 years probation, I'm good. Dang, I'm about to get out. And I'm about to set it on fire. When I say I'm about to set it on fire, I'm about to burn it. I had plans to get out and just go on a rampage spree. So I'm sitting in there. She come back. I tell her, look, the lawyer said he gonna give me 10 years probation. She's like, yes, 10 years probation. That sounds good. You gonna get out. We're gonna figure everything out. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get the baby back, And it's sounding so good, and I'm just like, yes. And I go to court again, and my lawyer, I talk to my lawyer. I'm like, what's up? He like, they offer you 20 years. I'm like, 20 years? I'm like, you just told me to sign a paper you was going to give me 10 years of probation. He said, yeah, that's out the window. 20 is the offer. I'm like, no. So I go back to my cell, reset, come back, 20 years is the offer. Reset, come back, 15 is the offer. I said, look, go in there, tell him give you 10 years, and I'm going to do it day for day. He said, all right. He ran in there. He came out, no, 15 years. I'm like, no, man, reset. He like, no, ain't no more reset. We resolving this today. 15 years. He like, look, man. I said, you know what I told the lawyer? I said, I can't do 15 years. He told me, yeah, you can. You young. You could do it. I'm just looking like, bro, you my lawyer, dog. You ain't about to try to do nothing. Like, I know I'm in the wrong or whatever, but like, you ain't about to try to what's up? And he like, look, I got somebody that want to talk to you. And he left and came back. When he came back with the DA. The DA was like, look, you gonna take this 15 years or we going back up. Ain't gonna be no more going down and you not gonna get 20. I'm sitting there. He walk out. My lawyer walk back in. I'm just thinking like, I asked the lawyer, I said, you got a phone? He said, yeah, why? I said, because I want you to call my uncle and tell him I'm about to sign for 15 years. And this nigga just broke the phone out so fast. Like, he didn't care. Like, he was just like, bet. He was just trying to get that conviction, to get that another notch on his belt so he could, move up in the lawyer game or whatever. So my uncle Ronald Francis answered the phone. He said, I said, hello. I said, what's up, Unc? And when I say that, he already knows it's me. He like, boy, what you doing? Boy, we ain't seen you. We ain't heard from you. Boy, we miss you. Boy, we love you. Boy. I said, man, I was just calling to tell you I'm finna sign for 15 years. He say, man, get off my phone playing on my phone, man. I don't want to play on my phone like that. We don't play like that. I said, I'm not playing. And then I gave the phone to the lawyer, and the lawyer was like, Mr. Ronald, I'm just letting you know, your nephew, he finna sign for 15 years. And he put me back on the phone. He said, damn, nephew, what happened? I was like, I robbed the bank. And he was like, why? I was like, I don't know. I needed the money to make everything right with my daughter and with my baby mama. And I just felt like if I had the money that everything would be all right. Everything go back to something. And that was it, bro. They told me I was sentenced to 15 years but that if I do 7.5, I'll be eligible for parole in 2017. And I felt like I had got over because all I had heard was 2017, bro. And my partner was telling me, look, dog, it's 50%, so you got to do 7.5, and then they're going to give you a chance at parole. And if you make it, you gone. But if you don't, then you just got to keep doing another year or another 2 years until they let you go. I'm like, no, bro. Like, this ain't even me. Like, I ain't no jailbird, bro. Like, no, bro. Like, and it was just like, damn, I'm fucked. So I signed for the 15 years. I go in there with the judge. She asked me, is anybody making me sign for the 15 years? I look at my lawyer and like, I really want to say yeah, but I told her no. And she just was like, you sentenced to 15 years. And that was it. I went back to my cell, and then I had got a visit the next day from Summer, my baby mama. And she was just like saying something, and I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. I just signed for 15 years. Like, I don't care about nothing. She was like, 15 years? I was like, yeah, and she just walked out. She just walked out, dog. Like, she just walked out. She just walked out, like, the whole jail. Like, just left. Visit over. And the visits ain't number like 15, 20 minutes in the county. So that was it. That was the last time I had like seen her for a long time. And then by me signing so fast, they sent me the TDC list like fast, man. So when I'm in TDC, I start off at Larry Giss unit. And back then it was like a transfer unit. So you had to do 2 years on the transfer unit to go to a prison. You know, like they'll put you in like a baby jail, a baby prison. And then once you do your 2 years done, they'll transfer you to a big boy, like the real deal thing. So I did my little 2 years, and they shot me to Briscoe. And Briscoe was trash. It was way like in the mountains somewhere, and like gophers would jump out the ground. Like they had these little gopher things that would come out the ground. Like I had never seen that, bro. Like that was brand new to me. Like I don't know about no fucking gophers. So like after that, you know, I'm doing my time, and like when I first started doing it, like my first couple years, I ain't give a fuck. So I'm still in, like, I'm trying to survive. I ain't getting no money. Ain't nobody sending me no bread. You know, like, my Uncle Ron and them would send me like 20 or 30 or $40 here and there. But, like, it wasn't consistent enough to, like, live or survive off of. You dig? So, and I ain't have no fam. I'm a foster baby, so I'm a state baby, a state raised. So I'm just doing my little time. Like 4 years pass by, I get a letter. It's from Summer. She like, you know, like I knew you was here this whole time. I just, you know, like ain't nothing. I mean, what can we say to each other, you know? And so I'm asking her, like, what's up with the baby? Like, what's up with Yaya? I mean, not Yaya, forgive me. What's up with Suriya? Like, what's up with my baby? And she was like, it's hard out here. They don't want to, like, they're not going to give her to me. They're trying to terminate my rights. And this and this and that. And her cousin was really, like, the one pushing to get her rights terminated. And she was trying to get my baby. I'm telling you, son. Like, she was trying to get my fucking baby, dog. Like, that was her whole mission of this whole thing. So, and Summer, you know, being a young 21, 22, 23-year-old young girl, like, trying to figure out life and shit, it just was just crazy, bro. And, like, it was devastating. And she'll fall off and come back and fall off and come back. You know how the girls do on the sentences, and it's a long sentence. So when 7.5 years finally passed by, I saw parole. And I was super happy, dog. I was just like, I know they gonna give it to me, cause like I don't really be, I'm a damn fool in this jail, but like, man, like I don't got no bad criminal records, you know what I'm saying? So I see parole, the whole little process, and then they take like 30 to 60 to 90 days to let you know if you made it or not. So they told me that they was giving me a 2-year set off. So that means I had to do 2 more years. And that was it. I just thought that was it. I caught an organized crime while I was in prison. I was fighting, I was gambling, I was stealing, I was selling drugs, I was selling K2, whatever. And like, I was just doing it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I ain't care no more. But when I had caught that organized crime, like, life had got real again. Cause it was like, I could get some more time for this. And like, by the grace of the Almighty Creator, I didn't. They ended up shipping me to another unit. I went to Beto, and then from Beto, they shipped me to Smith unit. And Smith unit was rocking, man. And I had cell phones and all kind of stuff. Like, I was just doing it up. And but I ain't care. I ain't care no more. So when my 2 years was up, I seen parole again, and they told me they was gonna give me a 1-year set off, so I had to do another year. And it just was what it was. So I had ended up going to Pulaski unit, and I ran into this dude, and he introduced me to his sister, and we started talking, and I had never seen her face. So this was around COVID time, like 2020, 2021. And we met. I seen a picture of her, and I was like, "Who's that?" He was like, "That's my sister." But what ended up happening was his sister did a 3-way call for me to my auntie. And my auntie wasn't feeling good. She had stage 3 cancer, and she was talking like she was about to die. And I was like, "No, you're not finna die. You gonna fight, and you gonna win." And her name is Vanessa Bailey. This is like, I call her Mimi, but like that was a name that Taco really came up with, which is Brandon, aka BB. But Mimi just stuck, and everybody called her Mimi. So she was like, "Boy, you the only one that motivated me. Even the people in my church is like almost preparing a funeral for me, and they just don't believe I'm gonna make it, but you believe, and you right. I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna get through this." And she just started having faith. And I was like, "That's right. You gonna win. We gonna win. We gonna fight. I'm not finna lose you." And when my auntie hung up, she said, hold on, before you get off the phone, I just want to tell you this. I need that. I need that motivation. I need that somebody to motivate me, to pick me up. And I had told the girl that I didn't want to like be in a relationship or nothing like that. But I would talk to her every day, and I would motivate her every day. And she took that for what it was, and she, slowly started coming to see me, but she had a mask on. She had this mask on, so when she come to visit, all I would see was her eyes and the lashes. So the eyes and the lashes looked good. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, whatever. So we talking, this and that. Man, I ain't never seen this girl face. So I guess she started getting comfortable after a while. She came up there, and she like a real actual primate, like a real fucking monkey. And by that time, it was kind of like a little too late, because I had already like changed my address from the halfway house to her house. So I was moving to her shit, and she came pick me up. I got out in June of 2022. Got out in June of 2022. And I moved in the house. And when I walked through the door, I already knew I wasn't going to be there long, because it was boxes and boxes and clothes and papers and food and plates and spoons, and it was filthy. It was disgusting. Her name is Jasmine Swafford, and it was just disgusting. And on my mama ashes, I had to climb through her hallway to get to her room. When I say I had to climb through the hallway to get to her room, I had to actually climb over boxes, clothes, and all type of toys and just everything, bro. It was disgusting, dog. And they had a dog in that motherfucker, and he stank. And it was just like, no, like, and like, no, I'm not about to do this. So I could see like that it wasn't all what it was. 30 days after I got released, I had got a job at Pizza Hut. I was fucking happy because I'm like, 30 days out and you already got a job? Like, you doing good. But they wasn't paying them but like $8.25 or $9.25. I think it was $8.25 and $8.50 or something like that. And I was working, and when I had got paid, I had gave her like $300. My check wasn't number like $500, but I had gave her like $300. And she like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with this? And I was just like, what? And it was just building. Like, I gotta go. So I got a text saying happy congratulations on your engagement and all this crazy stuff. Cause I wasn't engaged to the girl, but like I had told her some shit like that. But once I saw her face, I didn't want to know. So I damn near wanted to take the money back, but I let her keep it. And what ended up happening was her birthday was coming up, and her birthday was like, I want to say in August. So nah, I don't really know. I don't know her birthday. That's good, because I don't give a fuck. So what ended up happening was, like, I would be at work a lot, and like the manager at my job, his name is Charles Walker. You know what I'm saying? That was my boy. And he was just like, dog, you gotta get up out of there. Like, get up out of there. And one time, and while I was staying there, her grandma died in Chicago. So they flew out to Chicago to go to her funeral. So while they was at the funeral, my partner Charles like, man, leave. And I'm like, no, I can't do it like that. I gotta at least leave, like, in her face. I can't leave while she gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cowardly running away type shit. And no, we not about to do that. So I didn't go nowhere. I waited till she came back. And then it was the 4th of July. It was the 4th of July, 2022. And we got into it. Argument, whatever. And I was just like, I'm gone. And she was just like, if you leave, you got me fucked up. Like, your PO gon' like know what's going on. And I like, shit, what you gonna tell her? She like, whatever the fuck I wanna tell her. I'm like, oh man. So I left. And when I came back, when my neighbor said, yeah, the police was here looking for you, I'm like, the police? So I go tell her, what's up, bro? What you got going on? You like put a warrant out for my arrest? She like, hell nah, they just came, I talked to them and they left. I'm like, so you ain't filed no police report? You ain't put a warrant out? No, I ain't do no shit like that. All right, bet. So what ended up happening was, I went and packed all my shit one day. I was done. Her birthday came and I gave her on my check. All I had was $100 to my name, like $110 to my name. So I gave her the $100, and she just looked at me like, it was her birthday. She was just so ungrateful, dog. Like, anything that I did for her just wasn't enough. So I'm like, I'm gone, bro. So I pack up all my stuff and I leave. And Charles helped me move my shit to his trunk, and then he let me stay with him for a couple months till, I could get on my feet and figure out my next move. So when I left, like 2 days later, I'm at work, and her auntie coming out. And her auntie like, come outside. And I'm like, all right. So my manager, Charles, he like, no, don't go out there. I'm like, man, I'm going out there. So when I go out there, she say, you stole them Sharon shoes. I'm like, them Sharon shoes? She had 3 kids. One was a little bitty baby, a little baby girl. She had a shoe. Some type of way I accidentally packed it with my clothes. You know what I'm saying? And so I went through it all, found the shoe, and I gave it to her. And she was like, you trying to steal my baby shoe? Like, one shoe, and she's a little girl. Like, what I'm gonna do with one shoe for a little girl? And she just going off, and her auntie threatened to shoot me with a pink pistol, and my manager said, go inside and call the police. And I'm like, call the police? Like, first of all, I'm 37 years old, I'm from New Orleans, and we don't call the police. All right? We don't do that. So she was like, call the police, bro, because this not about to be good. You know what I'm saying? So he called the police, and I talked to them, and they came up though. By this time, they was already gone. So when the police pull up, they're like, so what happened? I tell them what happened. They threatened me, the pink pistol. I ain't say she threatened me with a pink pistol, but what I said was like, they came up here tripping, harassing me, threatening me and shit. And he was like, man, let me see your ID. And I showed him my ID, and he ran my name through the computer system, and he said, hey, you got a warrant out for your arrest. What? And he was like, yeah, you got a warrant out for your arrest for an assault. A what? And I was like, dog, I got a what? And he said, you got a warrant out for your arrest. He said, matter of fact, let me call in and see if the warrant is valid, because it might not be. So he called it in. Sure enough, the warrant was valid. He said on the 4th of July that somebody had filed the assault on me, and that was in fact, dog. Like, I done changed a lot, dog. Like, I'm 37 years old. I'm not no little boy. You can say whatever you want. Oh, you're a snitch, you call the police. I don't care what y'all say about this video. I swear to God, I don't. I'm just doing this to get all this off my chest, because I'm tired of holding on to it, because I feel like it's killing me. And them people took me to jail, bro. So when I'm in jail, by this time, me and Shay, we done got all the way in, bro. And like, feelings is on the line, love is on the line, and like, a commitment is on the line, like, a friendship is on the line, because like, it wasn't even like we was just like all the way just in yet, but you could tell we was heading in that direction. So I call her and I tell her I'm in jail. She said, for what? I'm like, I'm in jail for an assault. She like, from who? I'm like, Jasmine. You like, no, ain't no way. I'm like, yeah. So she said, well, I'm gonna get you out. So her and my partner Charles came together with the bread, and they bonded me out. And when I got out, Shay picked me up, and I had to go to the bond place, to fill out the paperwork and all that. So I did all that. But while I was in jail, waiting to get bonded out, because I was on parole. So I had violated my parole. And so when I had violated my parole, well, she violated my damn parole. When I had violated my parole, what ended up happening was they reinstated my parole, because they said that I hadn't been indicted yet. So they reinstated my parole, and the bond was active, and I got to leave. So I probably stayed in there for about 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights. Got spit up on dry land. And then, so it's an active case. Like, I'm about to be going to court and shit. So I moved from my partner Charles' house. I was staying in his closet on the floor to Shay to her apartment, which was like luxurious. Like, it was not probably the nicest place I ever stayed in my whole life. And you know, we started building, and we built something like beautiful, dog. And they told her that she could never have kids, and like, I wanted another child, and we couldn't figure out like how we was gonna get past that point, but we just knew some type of way that we would. And one day she got pregnant, and it was a miracle, and like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I got another chance in life, and like to raise my child or whatever. I didn't know I was having a girl at this time. I was just excited that like I get another chance to be like a father, dog. And then they told me I was having a girl at the gender reveal, and I'm going to court. I'm fighting this fucking bogus ass, fake ass, bullshit ass case, and I wanted to go to trial, you know, so I could beat it. And my girl, Shay, she was just like, no, don't go to trial because you black and they're not gonna give you no first shot. You know what I'm saying? So the lady told me she could get me 3 years, and I was just like, no, I want to go to trial. And she was just like, I could get you 3 years. And that was the offer on the table, and it was just like, damn, bro. Like, I'm about to go back to TDC. Like, I'm finna go back into this madhouse that I finally got a chance to escape from after 12 whole years. So I signed for the 3 years. I go in the courtroom. They sentenced me to 3 years. But when I go to the back and the final paperwork comes out, they only gave me 2 years. So I didn't say nothing. I wasn't gonna tell them, hey, nah, it's a mistake on the paperwork. Y'all really gave me 3 years, but y'all only let me do 2. Like, who the fuck gonna do that? So what ended up happening was I went back to jail, bro. Like, I'm back in the county. Shay started coming to see me. She's, you know, she pregnant. I go to TDC, and by this time she, you know, she's 8 months plus, so she could pop any day. And I'm going through the processing of getting through TDC, and we ain't having no communication, and it's hectic, dog. And when I'm about to tell y'all something, and y'all probably ain't gonna believe me, but I did 12 years flat, day for day, every day, 3,000 plus days in a row. Then I turned around and did 2.5 years. Those 2.5 years was worse, harder mentally on me than that 12 was. Because when I was doing that 12, I didn't give a fuck, and I ain't have nothing to come home to, and I ain't care about life. But when I did that 2.5, I had everything. I had just got into a car accident and like messed my whole car up and everything. But I had a car. I had somewhere to stay. I had a job. I had money. I was progressing. You know what I'm saying? So I do the 2.5 years. It's hard, dog. And like my daughter's born. Her name is Suriya Lania Elise Belton. I'm tripping. That's my first daughter. I miss that little girl. But her name is not Suriya Lania Elise Belton. That's my first daughter. I'm tripping. Her name is Leo Anthony Belton. And like, when she told me like she's here, all I saw was like me. All I saw was me. And I'm just like, damn. Like, I cursed her. Look at her. It's just crazy. And I remember I went to the visit where I first met my daughter in a visitation room on a fake charge. And I held her, and I was just so happy. I was scared to like mess up because I was just like, damn. And after those 2.5 years, they gave me parole, and they gave me parole, and I had got out. And but while I was in prison, man, I was in a mental asylum for about like 9 months. And I felt like I was like mentally like losing it, dog. And like I only went there so I could be closer to Houston, so I can get more visits. But you know, like they wanted to play the medication game, and like that ain't a game you really want to play. That stuff will really mess you up, you know, after a while. You know? So I had got out, and the day I got out, my daughter wasn't there at the jail to come pick me up by design, and I walked out the front gate, and it just was like, damn, man, like I'm free again, but like I gotta stay free. And it's only been like 5 months, but I'm free, dog, and I'm mentally going through it on my mama. I'm psychologically and emotionally fucked up. I'm financially fucked up because you gotta start from all over. But spiritually, I was stronger because, you know, I had built that bond with the Creator, and like I knew that He could hear me, that He listened to me, and He was real. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I'm just trying to figure shit out, dog. Like, I just want the best, like for me and my daughter, and like I want my other daughter though. So to my daughter, Suriya Anthony Belton. Now I know your last name have been changed since you know, I gave you my last name, but you still my baby, and I love you, Suriya. I don't care what nobody told you. I don't care how they made it sound, what they made it look like, but I love you. I've always loved you, and I always will love you, and I've always like regretted everything that happened, like, and like you should have never had to suffer through this, like, and out of my whole life, if I can make one thing right, it'll be to make everything right with you, girl, for real, because you're my baby, and like you never got a chance to see what type of daddy you really got, you know what I'm saying? Like, so long story short, because it's a long story, it's 2 hours and 28 minutes, dog. And I'm just glad somebody hung around to hit a final whatever. But I just want to say, like, if you suffering physically, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, or physically, like, let somebody know, bro. Like, let somebody help you. Because, like, a lot of times we don't want help. We'll turn down help because we don't want to seem weak or vulnerable or nothing like that. But get help, dog. Like, let somebody help you, bro. Like, I talk to my sister and mommy me, and they motivate me. You know, they just like, it was crazy. And like, after I had got out of prison, I got to reunite with my brothers through Facebook. You know, we do the Facebook talking or whatever, like the video chats or whatever. I love my brothers, man. I love Alfred, I love Deron, and I love John. And even though we all scattered out to the USA, because one is in Washington, one is in Louisiana, and two is in Texas, but one is in close by Dallas, and I'm by Houston. So we gonna link up. We will come together, and it's gonna be good. But to anybody who stuck around, bro, to the end, man, I want to say, man, thank you, bro. Like, you got to hear the real story, bro, uncut and raw, you dig? But it's just crazy because my mama, you know, she died. She got found in an abandoned building, burned to death, on top of a supermarket, Omar supermarket, man, or whatever. And my mama was homeless. They said she stayed at a homeless shelter. She was running the streets, and I never got that closure, dog. Like, I never got to, like, talk to my mama or, like, see why she never came got us, or, like, I just never got it, dog. And, like, it hurt so bad. Like, it crushed me every day, like, to know that that was all I wanted, dog. The woman who I longed for the most in my whole life, like, who I wanted just the most, just any type of relationship with, like I'll never get that, dog.